Hey, everybody. So good to be together. Please say hi. Let me know where you're coming from. I'm a lone rabbi in East Tennessee. Good to be together. So we'll be going begin shortly. I welcome you if you are joining. Please to gather, say hello. It's nice to share this time. I'm here Fridays at noon, and I work with artists around the way, around North America and elsewhere. And I'm here to support their spiritual needs and finding meaning. It's good to be together. You can also find me on Inside Timer and elsewhere on the internets. Um, so thank you for joining me. Use the chat to say hi. Register anything you need, anything you're hoping to gain out of this time together. Mhm. Da 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 dum. Da 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 da. Da 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 dum. Da 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 da. Da 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 dum. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 dum. Da 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 dum. Da 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 da. Da 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 dum. Da 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 dum. Da 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 dum. Da 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 da. Da 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 dum. Da 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 da. Da 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 dum. Da 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 dum. Da 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 dum. Da 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 da. Da 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 dum. Da 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 da. Da 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 dum. Da 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 dum. Da 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 dum. Da 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 da. Da 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 dum. Da 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 da. Da 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 dum. Da 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 dum. Da 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 dum. Thanks for joining me, everybody. It's good to be together. So, let me share a few words. So, I've shared this story elsewhere, but I want to let you know about it on YouTube. I was, I am a writer of theology. I've published in a few places. I'm very proud of my work. Or after a long effort to grow in that capacity. And one time, someone asked me where my theology comes from, and my answer was art. They said, "Oh, you mean Art Green, the rabbi?" And I said, "No, just art. Art has been the place that I have experienced God the most frequently. That I know there is something else within us and beyond us." As one of my favorite professors, my film professor Rob Moss said, "It's not a crop. There's some other reason we're doing it. Something deep within us that calls us to make meaning and produce, to put something out, to describe things that we know, we feel, we struggle with, some deeper reality that we occasionally and dimly perceive and wish we could know more of." I did not have an easy childhood. I was very nerdy and bookish, and things got really hard also in my 20s when I worked in Los Angeles in the music business. I came home, I had a lot of debt, difficult decision about where to go next, what to do next. Eventually did wind up in grad school and seminary, but that night was rough. Um, Had a dark night of the soul. And in it all, I thought about Psalm 6, which I just started reading regularly as part of a prayer service, and Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley had written on hotel stationery, God, help me make it through the night. And Psalm 6 said, every night I drown my bed with tears. So I knew that there were people 50 years ago, 2,000 years ago, 2,500 years ago that felt what I felt that night. That I wasn't alone in moments of despair, that we'd all confronted challenge, emptiness, confusion, failure, and survived. That artists had made sense of that pain. And when I think about art, the work is getting to the nub of that. What is it we have to contribute? What is our unique voice, the unique message, the thing that you and only you have to say? Rabbi Aaron Perlow, writing about 2 centuries ago in Belarus, said, there was never another one like you before in the world. If there had been one like you, there would have been no need for you. Truly, each person is a new thing in this world. And we can see that in artists. There are artists who copy, there are artists who are similar. But every true artist, every artist who digs deep, isn't just a replicator. There is something about them that can't be captured by anyone else. Pollock and Seurat both used dots, but not for the same outcome. That's the work, finding the thing, the unique candle within you. There's a saying in the Talmud that when you mint a coin, any penny looks the same as every other penny. You can't really differentiate them. But God minted us all from the original humans, in the literature, Adam and Eve. And yet we all come out distinct, unique. There's something special and irreplaceable about each of us. Avram Yitzhak HaKohen Cook, who was the first rabbi of Mandatory Palestine, said that everyone has to know and understand that within them burns a candle, and no one's candle is identical with the candle of another. Yet there's no human being without a candle. So everyone must know and understand that one is obligated to work hard to reveal the light of one's candle in the public for the benefit of many. One needs to ignite one's candle and make of it a great torch to enlighten the world. I mean, obviously, that's the work of Michelangelo and Da Vinci, right? The work of Jimi Hendrix and John Coltrane. They found their candle and they cultivated the flame, making it burn bright and evanescent, incandescent, and shared it to illuminate the whole world, shared it to give the gift away. Who was that damn person that painted on a cave wall in France millennia ago? The first person to have art that we preserved. What were they trying to say? But we know them. That torch has gone on. Even the work of Gutenberg in the printing press, that these things illuminate and give light to an aching world, a world that is in pain now more than ever. The world needs you. The world needs your art. The world needs your flame and torch. And frankly, God needs you. I I learned from Pete Holmes that he was quoting the tour manager from ACDC, that God is just the name of the blanket we put over mystery to give it shape. And when I use the term God, sure, I come from a particular faith tradition and a particular and historic cultural understanding of God. But I personally just use it to mean mystery. Those things so deep within us in the soul that we can't put words to them, and the things so far and transcendent of us that we can't explain how sublime they are. So I use the word God, and the Talmud says that the Holy Blessed One of God, Libabai, God wants your heart. So not only does the world need it, but the universe needs it. Whatever is at the beating heart of the universe, for whatever reason we were created, whatever calls to us and demands our best selves at every moment, whatever you call that, and the shorthand for it is just God. It's just a shorthand word. It is asking for you. I can't prove it to you, just as no one can prove God, but I know it, and most artists know it. There's something that wants this art to come out of them. That something put the art in them and cultivated over their lifetime and gave them their lessons and now needs it back in the universe to share with others and plant new seeds. And you may be afraid. You may think of yourself as an imposter. You may not understand yourself yet as an artist. You may think, who am I to make a beat for Jay-Z? But there's no one else. Right? And you could try to sound like Drake. You could try to paint like Manet, but that's not what the world needs. The world needs you. Reb Zusha of Honeypole, writing about 3 centuries ago in Poland, famously said that when I get to heaven, they won't ask me why wasn't I as good as Moses. They'll ask me, Zusha, why weren't you Zusha? Why weren't you the self that we made only you to be? In the sake of an artist, why didn't you make the art that was only yours to make? Why did you try to copy Dua Lipa or a photographer you saw in a magazine? Why don't why don't you give this world the game, the rap, whatever it is that only you can make in the way that only you have? Be not Zusha, but yourself, not Moses, just you. We look around the world and it's hard. It's hard to know what that thing is. And it takes probably psychotherapy, spiritual awareness, digging deep, reading the right texts, finding the support in nature and from friends and family, but also noticing what's missing, right? Trying to hear what the puzzle piece is we contribute to a world that's missing a puzzle piece, probably quite a few puzzle pieces. Toni Morrison says, if there's a book you want to read, but it hasn't been written yet, then you must write it. And I see that again and again with people I'm working with as rabbi to artists. That's the cause of the art, right? There's a painting they want to see that isn't there. There's a book they want to read that isn't there. There's a beat they want to hear, they hear that they don't recognize in any song. We make the things that we want to bring into the world because it's missing. And only we can hear the absence. Or maybe more people could, but they're not bringing it. So look for the book that's not written. Think about the piece and the space and the art and the work that you want in this beautiful, crazy, difficult, scary, delicate, gargantuan world and put it there. That's actually how I started my work with artists. I knew artists needed rabbis and I wanted to do that thing. So find your piece to contribute. And don't worry about how it'll be received. Don't aim it at an audience. Don't think about prestige or popularity. Rick Rubin points out the audience only knows what came before. It can't predict what's next. Ask what you need. Ask what only you can bring. Ask where you are Zusha and can only be Zusha. Ask why you were created to be only you. And what is your candle that you want to illuminate? The activist Howard Thurman said, don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do it. What the world needs is people who have come alive. I can't wait to see more people come alive. I watch it when artists paint in new colors and realize things they've been experiencing their whole lives that they never had words for. I watch it at the end of Blade Runner when Rutger Hauer gives this impromptu, improvised speech that speaks of things that are so hard to put words to. You can come alive. And I invite you into that process with me or whatever process you need. Don't wait. Shabbat shalom, everybody, also. Again, I'm Alon Ferenczi. I'm a rabbi in East Tennessee. You can find me at the websites on the screen, Eclectic Cleric on all social media or www.eclecticcleric.com. Please reach out to me. I'd love to begin and share conversations, help artists find their truest self. God bless everybody. Bye for now.